basis for opinion para changes in case of modified opinion. Okay, the basis for material misstatement in the financial statement related to specific amount. If the material misstatement in the financial statement relates to specific amounts, including the quantitative disclosure, the auditor shall include the description and quantification of the financial effect in the material misstatement, unless impractical, unable to quantify if that quantification is not practicable. Material misstatement by non-disclosure. Disclose with those charged with the governance. Describe the nature of the omitted information unless prohibited by law or regulation. Include the omitted disclosure if practicable based on the standards of the accounting. Inability to describe the reasons for inability. Include the disclaimer of opinion. The auditor shall not include a reference section to the auditor's responsibility statement of the whether sufficient appropriate in any other matter which would have resulted in the modified opinion. Okay. In any other matter which could have been resulted in the modified opinion. Material misstatement the material misstatement related in the financial statement relates to specific amount, including the quantitative risk. The auditor shall include description and the description and quantification of the financial effect on the material misstatement. Same practical and unable to quantify. If the quantification is not possible, the auditor shall state. So, the misstatement is narrative disclosure. The basis of opinion explain on the basis of opinion. Explain how the narrative disclosure is misstated. If the material misstatement is by non-disclosure, discuss without charge with the governor, describe the nature of omitted information, unless prohibited by law or regulation, include the omitted disclosure if practicable, based on the standards of the audit evidence obtained. Inability to obtain the audit responsibility section in case of disclaimer of opinion. When disclaiming the opinion, the auditor shall amend the auditor's responsibility to include only a statement that the auditor is responsible to conduct audit as per the standards on auditing, to issue the audit report, a statement that because of the matters described on the basis of opinion, the auditor could not obtain sufficient appropriate evidence, a statement on independence, ethical responsibility. When disclaiming an opinion, the auditor shall amend the audit responsibility, include statement, only a statement that the auditor is responsible to conduct the audit as per the standards on the accounting standards issued on the to issue the audit report, a statement that because of the matter described in the basis of disclaimer opinion, the auditor is not able to obtain sufficient appropriate evidence, statement of independence on the ethical responsibility, and as required by law and regulation, key auditor shall not be included in this disclaimer of opinion. Okay. Only a statement is auditor is responsible to conduct the audit and issue a report based on the standards of audit. Statement because of the matter described in the basis of opinion paragraph, we are unable to obtain the audit information. Obtain the sufficient appropriate audit evidence. Sufficient appropriate evidence. The statement of independence and other ethical responsibility. Okay. Okay. Applicability of key matter paragraph 701. Key Key matter paragraph: disclosure from the financial statement. Disclosure from the financial statement for the current year, which the auditor's judgment is most significant, on the matters communicated with the TCWG. Key audit matters. Key audit matters are those matters that, in the judgment of the auditor's professional judgment, were most significant in the audit of the financial statement for the current period. Key audit matters are selected from the matters communicated with the charged with the governance. Okay. Key audit matters are those matters that, in the Key audit matters are those matters in the auditor's judgment, in the auditor's professional judgment, were most significant in the audit of the financial statement of the current period. Key audit matters are selected from those matters communicated with those charged with the governance. And applicability of the key audit matter for listed entity for the audits of a complete set of general purpose financial statement of key audit must be communicated with the SA 701. If required by the law or regulation, the auditors shall communicate those which are to enhance communicative value of the audit report and provides a greater transparency in the audit report by providing insights about the audit. Offer additional information to obtain significant management judgments. Communicating key audit matter is not a substitute for disclosure required by the financial statement. Modified opinion section under section 105, nor separate opinion on the individual matters, not a substitute for the material uncertainty. இதெல்லாம் தனியாக இது பண்ணணும். Provides greater transparency in the audit report by providing insights about the audit. Offers additional information to help the users to understand the entities. For additional Factors determining key audit matter. So audit risk, significant risks identified under section 350. Including the management system with the highest uncertainty. Impact of the significant event transaction during the period. Key audit matter matters coming to the judge that occurs significant. Key audit matters are derived from the matters communicated with those charged with the governance, that required significant auditor's attention during the audit. The auditor consideration includes areas of higher risk or significant risk identified under section 350 under standards on audit SA 315. Areas of higher risk or significant risk identified under 315. Areas involving significant management judgments, including the accounting estimate with such high estimation uncertainty. The impact of significant event transaction during the period. In the auditor's audit report, referring to the matter appropriately presented and disclosed the financial statement that in the auditor's judgment of importance fundamental uses the standing of the financial statement. Usage of EMP. This is a matter paragraph can be included in the auditor's report in respect of the matters. This is a matter paragraph in audit report. Matter audit disclosed from financial statement of the auditor's judgment that these matters are fundamental to the uses of the users. Such paragraph should be included. Should include reference to the notes and explanation on such notes. Also includes that it does not modify the opinion on such notes, even if the opinion of the financial statement is modified. Effect on the basis of opinion, disclosure of format and data and private financial reporting framework can be for such organization from financial statement. Responsibilities are indivisible responsibilities performance. Audit focus monitor the performed collectively, decisions taken collectively regarding the common areas. Matters brought to all the joint auditors' attention by one auditor and agreed by all, ensuring the financial statement comply with the statutory requirement, verifying the presentation and disclosure requirement applicable as per applicable financial reporting framework, the audit report complies with the law and the status. These are separate responsibility. These are when the divided among the auditors is charged as responsible only for the audited work, which may be based on the items of finance, items of asset expenditure, asset liability, income and expenditure, geographical limit, identified period of the financial statement. Joint responsibilities are indivisible responsibilities in the following circumstances. Audit work is not divided among the auditors and performed collectively. Decision taken collectively regarding the common areas. Matter brought to all the joint auditors' attention by one auditor and agreed upon by all. Ensuring the financial statement that comply with the statutory requirements. Verifying the presentation and disclosure requirement as per the applicable financial reporting framework. Ensuring the audit report complies with the related standards and statute. Engagement info from each auditor should involve in the audit planning. Joint auditors, key the engagement partner and the key engagement team should involve in the audit planning. The joint auditors must establish the overall audit strategy as required under section standards on audit SA 300. Joint audit plan. The joint audit plan must be developed before starting the audit, addressing the division of areas, identification of common areas, reporting objectives of the engagement team, communication of significant factors among the auditors to guide the engagement team. To guide the engagement team. Results of the primary engagement activities, assessment of resource. Okay, each joint auditor must assess the risk of material misstatement and communicate with the others. Audit planning, audit procedure. Joint auditor should discuss and document the nature, timing, extent of the audit procedure for the common areas in the fiscal. Joint auditor must obtain common engagement letter, common management representative letter regarding the management responsibilities. Work allocation among the auditors must be documented, signed by all the and communicated to all those charged with the government. Okay, governance. First one, the engagement partner. The engagement team should from each joint auditor should be involved in the audit planning. Joint auditor must jointly establish the overall audit strategy required by the SA 300. Joint audit plan must be developed before starting the audit, addressing the division of areas, reporting objectives, addressing division of areas, identification of common areas, reporting objectives of engagement, communication significant among the joint auditors, the engagement team, result of the primary engagement activities, assessment of resource to be allocated, resource to be required by each for the engagement. Each joint auditor must assess the risk of material misstatement, communicate to the others. Joint audit procedure. Joint auditors should discuss and document the nature, timing, extent of the audit procedure. On specific areas, management joint auditors must obtain common engagement letters and common management representation letter regarding the management responsibilities. Work allocation among the joint auditor must be documented, signed by all and communicated with those charged with the governance. Okay, the engagement partner and key engagement team from each. Engagement partner and key engagement team from each joint auditor should be involved in the audit planning. Joint auditors must jointly establish the overall audit strategy as required under the standards of SA 300. Joint audit plan must be developed before starting the audit, addressing the division of areas and identification of common areas, reporting objectives of the engagement team, communication of significant matters among the joint auditors to guide the engagement team, result of the engagement, preliminary engagement activities, assessment of resources required by the engagement. Each joint auditor must assess the risk of material misstatement and communicate to the others. Joint auditors should discuss and document the nature, timing, and extent of audit procedure. First, audit planning இருக்கணும், audit strategy develop பண்ணணும், audit strategy establish பண்ணணும், joint audit plan வந்து develop பண்ணணும், address the risk of material misstatement, audit procedure வந்து document பண்ணணும், common engagement letter எடுக்கணும், work allocation வந்து document பண்ணணும், sign பண்ணணும், government இதோட இது பண்ணணும். ஓகே, full cover up 2020. आपको ऐसे 517 మంది మంచిగా పర్లేదా కంప్లీషన్ అండ్ రివ్యూ కూడా ಬರ್ತಾವ್ದಾ చాప్టర్ ఓకే ఓవర్లోకి குறை கூட கூடவே இருப்பியாடா refer back fonts on the screen. Intelligently provide information and maintain information that is instantly objectivity of the content must not compromise conferences government limit due to bias conflict of interest or should not take activities which must not compromise the professional judgment due to bias plus the content must not compromise the professional judgment due to as a professional judgment situation.
Hey, phone பண்ண phone எடுக்குதா?
Yeah.
பானி பிரியாணி வந்து பைத்தினே.
the relationships or circumstances unduly influence the professional judgments. Professional competence and accountants must maintain the required professional knowledge and skill to provide competent service based on the current standard and legislation. They must act diligently and thoroughly, following technical professional standards for each assignments. Confidentiality principles requires that the accountants requires the confidential information obtained through professional or business relationships obtained through corporations. Support confidentiality supports the public interest by ensuring the free flow of information between client or employer. Supports the public of the accountant. Understanding the impression. Continuous understanding that is promptly shared without the consent. Confidential information may be disclosed. Maybe it is disclosed only when required by law. By law, permitted by authorized professional duty or discussion confidentiality professional accountant must comply with relevant laws and regulations. And avoid actions describe and discriminate.